Greetings and salutations. Welcome back. How y'all doing? So, I think today's going to be a longer video. I hope it's not going to be too long. I want to break up everything I want to do and show you about all this, hopefully in a number of different videos. I want to start off with I want to show off these pins right away. For those of you who, if any of you haven't seen these, which would be surprising to me, these are the check pins, the chess pieces, and I believe these are supposed to be checkers, from Sparrows and Lock Noob. They did a thing, if you didn't know that, and made these really awesome looking pins. And then he collaborated with them again and made these munition pins. So if you haven't seen Lock Noob's videos on these pins, or if you haven't seen them for sale on Sparrows' site, this would be hopefully a pretty informative video for you. Even if you have seen them, I'm still hoping it'll be informative, even though I'm not that smart of a guy. But so here's what I want to talk about with these. I got these a while back at the same time that I got my my cutout, and I immediately populated this thing up with these and tried them out, tried different configurations, and my initial reaction was they were weird to pick, but they didn't necessarily feel harder to pick than other locks with that I knew had spools and serrated pins and so forth. Of course, I also, tried all of the normal security pins that came with or come with your Sparrow sets. And like I said, it didn't seem like it was harder or take any longer to pick than those, but definitely strange. And then here more recently, I got the munitions pins. Now, these things are just phenomenal. I want to bring this up a little closer, see if we can get a good picture of this. It's the shotgun shell. The detail on that is amazing. Yeah, these are pretty cool. And then this, I believe, is supposed to be a 45 hollow point, I think. Is that what that was? I watched a video explaining which bullets they all were. I just don't remember. This, I believe, was the 9mm hollow point. I want to say this was supposed to be a 38. That's the bottom of that. That is so cool. And then we've got our pellets from, a pellet gun. A couple of mortar shell type things. I think they're like from, modern day cannon type rounds on your big ships or on tanks, that kind of projectile. Yeah, those are just so cool, and they're not that expensive. They're like $5 a pack for a pack of those and a pack of those each. Actually, I believe the munition pins were less. I think they were more close to about $4.50 for a pack of those, and then I think the check pins were closer to $5 for a pack of those. You only get 3 of each of them, which is a little disappointing. And now that I've played with them more, I think it's even more disappointing because I feel like I've been testing them wrong. Putting them in the cutout, I was thinking maybe the tolerances of the cutout were a little loose and making things easier to pick. So I thought maybe I'd put them in the revolver or into something else, another lock. But I started thinking about other locks too, with standard security pins, even the really good security pins that come like in the Good Americans and the pack locks. I feel like having like one of each, or just doubling up 1 or 2 of them, is the wrong way to go about it, and I'll tell you why. Picking the revolver, if you're not familiar with it, you've got 4 Bibles that you can progressively pin up however you like. When it comes to you, it's got all standard pins in the first slot, the second one, third, and the fourth. All of your pin 1, pin 3, and pin 5 will have all standard pins. And then you've only got your security pins in slots 2 and 4. Now when I picked this, I picked through it a number of times. And I think about how that feels compared to the security pins in other locks and even ones I put in here in the cutout. I notice how much one type of pin affects how a different type of pin in relation to the feedback you're feeling when you're picking it. I feel like I'm not saying I've got a really good feel for picking, but I think I am noticing that if you've only got 1 or 2 security pins, for example, and the rest are standard, you're not going to get the same feedback from those security pins as you will with, say, a lock that's all security pins. So like if I've got a lock that's all spools, I'm going to feel a lot of false setting. I'm going to feel, your counter rotation. But if I only got 1 spool and the rest are standard, or even 2 spools and the rest are standard, I'm not going to feel squat by comparison. That's what I'm noticing. So I think I was testing all of these different pins wrong. And I think what I need to do is just use the 3 of each type. So I'm going to pin up, say, chambers 2, 3, and 4. I've got a slightly shorter spring in 3, so that'll change the feel on that, hopefully, on the springiness. So I'm going to put all 3 of these in there, and then I'm going to do a video showing you. I'm going to get this clamped up and my camera on it, and I'll pick at it so that you can see, we can all see exactly what these pins are doing and how they are reacting inside the lock. And then I'll throw in a couple of standard pins and see how that changes that reaction. And then maybe a couple of serrateds or something. We'll see how each type of pin affects the others and how they react. I think that'll give us a lot more information and a better understanding of what we're feeling when we're picking. So hopefully this is something nobody else has done. I think it is. That's what I've been kind of looking for to try to do. If anything, we get to see how all of these pins react inside in the real world. Hopefully it's be very similar. And yeah, how long have I got? 8 minutes into this video. So yeah, I'm also going to load up both of these. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do after I try it on these on the cutout, I'll load it up in the revolver and I'll see if I can feel any difference. I can load both of these up with the same keys because they both came with same 6-pin keys. So yeah, then I'll challenge myself. Rock on. And in the meantime, I get to show off this really nice pinning tray that I just made. I love this thing, actually. I actually really like this configuration a lot. This is nice. So yeah, next video I will be showing you. I think I'm gonna start with the pellets. I think that should be really fun. And I'll even swap around, see which way I like, up or down, which way they're pointing. Yeah. So that'll be the next vid. And that'll be all I have for right now. I'm going to put stuff together and start playing with it. I'll probably come back tomorrow with the video after giving this a good solid run through and feel. And I'll give you my interpretation then. So until then, don't pick anything that's not yours you don't have permission to. Later.